Hi, my name is Gerhard Gschwandtner and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have the pleasure of meeting with Bill Wallace. He is Vice President with Revenue Storm. Welcome, Bill.
Hey, thanks, Gerhard. Very nice to be here.
Revenue Storm is known for the sales process, and also you have something that really intrigues me is how to evaluate an opportunity. Can you walk me through that?
Okay, so that's a really good topic, right? Because most people, when they look at a deal, they're very subjective about it. They look at a forecast that they've either created because of their art, or they look at CRM systems that kind of give them gates. What we've developed is a science that looks at an opportunity along 6 different vulnerabilities. And to be honest with you, we delve very deeply into the deal to show you strengths, weaknesses, and a very accurate probability of winning it. So those 6 are: do you have the appropriate strategy? And most people develop a strategy or an approach which is just dead on. I'm going to go right to the decision maker. They fail to realize that they've got to have a strategy that plays off against a competitor. So that's number one. We look at the competitive strategy. The second piece is the decision process. Can you nail every single one of the milestones, the buying criteria, and the people that are involved in the decision process? This is the next one, which is really big: relationships. Do you have the right relationships with the right people, and are you aligned with power? So that denotes politics. So you've got the competitive strategy, you've got the decision process, relationships, politics, and then the value proposition. What's your story? And then lastly, how are you creating momentum in the deal? And we ask a number of questions, and we coach very, very large, complex opportunities around those 6 vulnerabilities. And what we found is that there are 3 in particular that stick out. One is most people don't have the right relationships and no way to measure them.
Or political ignorance.
Right, that goes hand in hand. If I don't have the right relationships, I can't understand the politics. And the value propositions, especially in technology as an example, right, tend to be very technical, very mechanical, very transactional. And what you're trying to do is take a one-size-fits-all value proposition through multiple levels. It doesn't work. I'm convinced that probably 70 or 80% of the time that we lose an opportunity, it's because we lost politically on the deal, not because of solution or price.
The question is, how do you make salespeople politically more savvy and experienced? And how do you measure whatever you're doing is really working?
We don't go off of subjective opinion. We ask for evidence. If you tell me you've got a great relationship, I'm going to ask you, why do you have that? Tell me what you've seen, what you've observed. Give me hard evidence so I can say, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So when we evaluate it, we're going to look at what's strong, what's weak. We'll give you the probability. The good news is it's a snapshot. So once we've taken the snapshot, now we dive deep into those areas, and there's tons of action items. What kills us is what we don't know.
Why is this so difficult? Because everybody is talking about we need to translate insight into value for the customer. So it seems logically easy, but why is it so complex or so touchy?
It's hard. It requires work. It requires research.
Give me an example.
I'll give you a great example. So let's say I'm looking at a technology company, and I want to make an inroad with somebody I don't know or create a story that can create some interest and momentum. The first thing I want to do is not only look at the company, but I want to look at the trends, the things that are outside of the organization, in the industry, that are creating pressure on that company that's going to demand some form of response. Once I create some trends, I literally follow it through implications. What effect might it have? That's when your solution comes in. We're going to map a solution to a trend, and there's an iteration, right, that we take you through, a process, a methodology. Works really, really well. We've got countless case studies about it. But that is pure consulting. That's a consultative sales process brought to life. A lot of people talk about it. Very few people actually do it. You know, you do it first, it takes you a couple hours. You do it a second time, it's quicker. By the third time you do it, and you might know why this is, 3 is the magic answer. By the third time you do it, it becomes a way of thinking.
Right.
And here's the really cool thing. Once you do that and you've really got that nailed down, you look at the old way you used to sell and you're like, wow, I can't believe that I used to sell like that.
Last question, you talked about deal momentum. What are the 3 things salespeople need to be aware of when they think about whether that deal has traction and is moving forward at the right speed?
This is where politics comes into play. People are getting outsold, and it's the difference between playing checkers and chess. So I need to link my value proposition to somebody's personal agenda. I need somebody to back it politically. That's the missing link that most people don't get. And if I can't link it to a person, at least link it to a key initiative, right? A really big initiative within the corporation, some type of corporate program, or somebody's personal agenda, as an example.
Without the right traction, you're not going to have the right action.
No, yeah, so no traction, no action.
Right.
I'm stealing that, by the way.
Please keep it. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill. For anybody who'd like to get more information, go to revenuestorm.com.